about it. Their
That's deep,
father is
Kim.
not there. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And so then
Wow.
you feel like you defending yourself, or
Mm-hmm.
you about something that I mean it has definitely been normal for me, but it's not normal for a lot of blacks
Yeah,
or people that look like me.
it's taboo for a lot of people.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's taboo for a lot of people.
And here's the other thing, and even got people that are non-black looking at you side-eye, like, oh, your father was there?
Right. They be thinking that shit is odd.
Like, and you would think, well, when do you have conversations like that with people? Well,
Right.
I have, like with my patients, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
that are non-black.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like that. Like, they be looking at me like, you actually had your parents are still there and they still together.
Right. Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
The way we think. So,
Yeah,
Kim,
and the way that they have boxed us into this kind of stereotypical lifestyle.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a lot of times we kind of adapt to it. Isn't that crazy how we,
Right.
we kind of adapt to the shit, Like that's supposed, because it was funny. I was talking to a friend about it the other day. We was talking about how we was talking about Hollywood Shuffle, right?
Right.
Where he was trying to be he wanted to be an action star. Robert Townsend was the aspiring actor trying to get on, and they kept giving him roles as like a pimp or a thug or a gang banger.
Right. Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite movies back in the day.
Me
I
too.
used to know it word from word.
Oh, real? Hollywood Shuffle?
Mm-hmm. Hollywood Shuffle, yeah.
I remember I had never heard about this. Some kids at my school when I was in elementary school was talking about it. And like, Hollywood Shuffle, fun. Like, they kept quoting the line. Like, what movie y'all talking about?
I used to come home, me and the boy next door and Keish. We would come home every day and watch it, and we knew it word for word.
Oh, real?
Yes, word for word from the time it came on.
Mm-hmm. Y'all really watched it, yeah. I remember it used to come on HBO a lot.
Yeah, we had it on tape.
Y'all had it on tape.
So we would be looking at it.
Winky Dinky Dogs.
Yep. Winky Dinky Dog.
That'd be a dope T-shirt. Did you make some Winky Dinky Dog T-shirts?
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Robert Townsend shit. He should do a pop-up restaurant with Winky Dinky Dogs. I'm gonna hit him up on Instagram. I'm gonna see if I can. You probably won't respond. But I'm gonna say you should do a pop-up Winky Dinky Dogs.
Yeah, and Tiny working in there.
Huh?
Yeah, Tiny working in there.
Tiny. Who was Tiny?
You don't remember Tiny?
Who was Tiny in there?
The big dude.
Oh, the guy that was in the Michael Jackson. He was in the fat. He was in the Weird Al. He was in the Weird Al Yankovic video. Fat.
Yeah.
He died. I think he died.
Did he die?
I mean, I'm just assuming because he was big, and it was. I don't know. He might be still alive. I don't know.
Tiny wasn't in good health back then.
He got to get Keenan Ivan Wayne's up in there too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, John Witherspoon is gone. No, you can't have him.
John Witherspoon is gone. Sure he is.
Dang, it'd be cool if he had John Witherspoon up in there as a manager. Whole cake. Hey, who want the whole cakes? I got whole. Who want had the whole cakes? He can have the Winky Dinky Dogs and the whole cakes. He should do that. He should do a Winky Dinky Dog pop up. Maybe on the anniversary. I don't know what's the anniversary. It's probably the 40th anniversary of that movie or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it came out in the 80s.
A long time.
Yeah, I know it came out.
I think it came out in like 85 or 87 or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or he should do a documentary. I watched. You know what? I think it's on YouTube still. I watched a documentary of the behind the scenes of the 5 Heartbeats. It's really interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know whether he took it down, but he had it on YouTube for a while. The behind the scenes, the The Five Heartbeats, which he had put it in the film festival in 2020. He put it in the film festival in 2023, and people were talking about how it gave you, it was really good. How he narrated the process of making the movie and trying to get it off.
Okay.
It was actually really good. And then like how he met one of my favorite actors that I feel like kind of fell off. I feel sad that he got messed up, but how he got introduced to Michael Wright.
Who?
Eddie Kane.
Oh, is he messed up in real life?
Yeah, I think he was on drugs and stuff. Yeah,
Oh.
Every now and then he'll pop up with some stuff every now and then, but yeah.
Oh.
Remember, they when they did the Five Heartbeats reunion that one year at the BET Awards, they did some interviews and they was Robert Townsend and the rest of it, like he would start talking, and you can tell someone's a little off, and then so that Drescher or Robert Townsend would step in and start talking, like to shift it over from him to them,
Okay.
And I was like, oh damn, he looked kind of Michael Wright used to be one of my favorite actors, man. Money Talks. Yeah, I was like,
he was in what's the other one he was in?
Like he stood out in that movie. Him and I would say him and Big Red, but mostly him. I think he stood out. He stood out in the movie. That was his movie, really.
Yeah, he did. He stood out in the movie. But he also played in that. What else did he play in?
He was in a show called V in the 80s. He was in The Principal. That was his first role. He played a street hoodlum, and he had took over the high school from John Belushi. I mean, was it Jim Belushi or John Belushi, his brother, in 1980? But right before he did the Five Heartbeats in 1989. But they said he did a movie called The Closers or something. He did some movie that Robert Townsend seen. That's how he got the role for Michael Wright. I mean, for Eddie Kane, because he had did a movie before that.
He did a movie where he was some kind of gangster.
Yeah, Money Talks. He was in Money Talks with Charlie Sheen and Chris Tucker.
And then he was in something else where he was. It was kind of a hardcore movie. And it wasn't Teresa Randall in it?
Sugar Hill.
Sugar Hill.
Oh, I love Sugar Hill. He was good in that too. He stood out in that too.
Yeah.
Him and his dad, the guy Link Hayes. I feel like Link Hayes didn't get a lot of Link Hayes. That's not his name, but Link Hayes from the Mod Squad.
Oh yeah. The one that played Prince Dad in Purple Rain.
Don't I keep the heat on?
He sure did. He was a really good actor. You're right. He did not get enough credit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was a good actor.
These are really good actors that kind of flew under the radar. Because you know why? Because it can only be one good nigga at one time. There can't be too many of y'all out here.
When you put them actors like that with them mediocre white people that these crackers prop up in they shit, they're going to outshine them. That's why Denzel, they don't really, low key, they said, Denzel said a lot of people didn't like him because he outshined, a lot of his white counterparts on screen. And people,
yeah, for sure.
And people like Michael Wright and Link Hayes, they're not gonna let them outshine Keanu Reeves because they're gonna stand out. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna remember them, and that's why it's so important for Black people to get in position of making stuff happen, like a Tyler Perry or whoever.
Right.
To put
Link Hayes, and that just goes to show how this brother just flew under the. I'm gonna tell you some good actors.
That death scene.
Link Hayes. My man that played in The Color Purple as the dad.
Oh, to my Danny Glover's father.
Yes.
That.
God, he was an excellent actor.
He was Sarge. They called him Sarge in real life too, because of the soldier story.
Because of the soldier story.
Yeah.
That brother there.
You'll get your nigga.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me? And these are all brothers that just did not get the recognition that they deserved.
He was on Def Comedy Jam doing. He did comedy every now and then too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he was on Def Jam. One episode of Def Jam.
Oh, okay. I can see that about him.
He's like, two ugly motherfuckers shouldn't fuck. Because you're going to bring another ugly motherfucker into the world. I remember he was one of his jokes.
You know, he was something else.
Yeah. He passed away some years ago.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. It's a shame that he left here
And that's
without getting the recognition.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we got a lot of good black actors that don't get the shot.
At least Forrest Whitaker is getting his recognition.
Huh?
I said at least Forrest Whitaker.
Well,
yeah.
Some of them can get through, but like I said, like people like a Michael Wright,
it's my leg, ain't it? It's my leg.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that was in what movie that was?
What movie was that?
Was that Jason's Lyric?
Jason Lyric.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He came back and they killed him.
Yeah.
He had came back from Vietnam. Yeah, I remember that. But let me tell you, so Link Hayes, I forgot the guy's name, but Link Hayes, when he played the dad, when he was on heroin, and that death scene, when he gave him that, when Michael Wright gave him that bad heroin, that death scene that shit was crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
In which one?
In Sugar Hill. Remember that death?
See, it's been so long.
I remember that scene.
You know.
Oh God. That was the coldest death scene I had ever seen, nigga. How that nigga, he really looked like the way he passed away like a real heroin addict would overdose on heroin. It was that shit was crazy. Like, how did he know how to do that? Ooh, oh God. Yeah, that shit was crazy. My babies. Yeah, that shit was crazy, dog.
Wow.
Yeah, the rest of he was good. Yeah, speaking of, did you hear about Malcolm Jamal Warner?
I know.
That actually hurt me.
Yeah.
That really, I was like, what the fuck? I said, no, this gotta be playing.
And, you know, I just got back from Costa Rica a few months ago, and those waters in Costa Rica are rough.
Are they?
I don't know how or what he was doing, but yeah, they are rough. I went out on a scuba diving excursion with my group. But we took our boat out into calmer waters. Yeah. The waters were calmer. But right
in the morning is when it's rough. That's why surfers, I think they said he had got it before. I know his wife and his wife probably was like, what the fuck? Like, because apparently what he was, I guess when they was saying, I was watching the Breakfast Club and TMZ. While they was there, he would, before his wife and his kid would wake up, he would go out he had got there July 13th. He would get up and go to the ocean and just swim around and just be like, at first I guess they said his wife said she went with him one time, but he was getting up to, he was an early morning guy. So he was going by himself, and then that shit happened. And you know, that undercurrent ain't no joke, man. I almost got taken out by undercurrent. My mom, I never forget that shit. And I had told her, some years later, I told a guy, he said, oh, you almost got taken away by an undercurrent. It was a lifeguard guy. He used to work at SeaWorld. I said, man, I was about maybe 11 or 12 years old. We was at the beach. My family was at the beach, my mom and all of us. And I'm swimming. I'm like maybe 11, 12 years old. And there's bigger kids out there. So I'm like, oh, I want to, and the girls are swimming out far. There was like 16, 17-year-old kids. I'm like, oh, I can be with the big kids too. So I'm swimming out there. And I was like, oh, because I had just learned how to swim. And this is what I learned too. No matter how good a swimmer you are, you cannot outswim an undercurrent. Yeah, I remember a lifeguard telling me that you can't outswim an undercurrent. It's gonna keep pulling you until you get tired, and it's gonna bring you under. Because the undercurrent is from under. It pulls, it sucks, it's like a suction from under. You know how sometimes
you be playing with that.
Sometimes you see like the water when you shadow level, the waves come out and then it pulls back. That's overcurrent. But it also does it at the bottom where it goes out and it pulls, and it'll pull your ass. If you ain't got no footing, it'll pull your ass right on out into the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, and also whirlpools, which from what the ocean, I knew one of the oceanologists at SeaWorld. He said that happens rare occasions when they have like the little swirl thing. But yeah, I never forget. I'm trying to go out there with the big kids stuff. I think it might be like on the 4th of July or something. So I'm going out there in the water, and we was in Cocoa Beach, and I'm going out, and I'm like, I said, let me. I felt something kind of pulling a little bit. And I said, oh shit! So I put my foot down, my one right foot down, and I had enough leverage. I was kind of deep, and I put my foot down, and I was able to put my foot, bury my toes and my feet into the sand to kind of anchor me. My other foot was just it was dragging. I'm like, oh, it's like someone's sucking. Then I was able to bring my foot. I grabbed my leg and I brought it over and I put it in the sand, and I got my ass. I said, oh, and the waves were going over my head. I was trying to breathe. I said, oh shit. I said, this shit is pulling me. Man, when I got from under that undercurrent, I got my ass back on that shore. My mom, it's funny how moms can tell something wrong.
Oh my God.
I walked up there all big-eyed and this shit. She's like, what's wrong with you?
Almost out here fighting for my life.
Yeah. And I didn't want to tell her because she was always, don't go too out in that way. You just learned how to swim.
Right.
Don't go out there and trying to follow the kids.
Now you done got cocky and got out here and all this undercurrent and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was like, I'll never forget that shit. And then I remember, I didn't know what that was. So years later, I ended up telling people at SeaWorld, oh yeah, you almost got caught in the undercurrent. And the guy used to be a lifeguard. He said, man, we used to have to rescue so many people from that damn undercurrents. He like sometimes, and he said a lot of times when they would go swimming at night, or in the morning, I remember him saying this, said they would always wake up, they'll find somebody was out there trying to swim and got caught up in the undercurrent and drowned, You said usually they can, see, that's what they look for. You said when you see the lifeguards, they're looking for people that get caught up in the undercurrent. That's why they tell you don't go out too far. Stay to where you can have your footing so you can lodge yourself.
Yeah.
Ever since that shit happened to me, I don't go no further than like my waist to the water when I go to the beach.
Yeah.
That shit scared it. So I know when I heard, I said, I bet he got caught up in the undercurrent because that guy said that they would come out in the morning, they would find bodies and stuff. People out there trying to swim. Yeah. I think he said when he worked in I forgot what that guy. He was in another country and he was a lifeguard. I think that dude was Filipino. So I remember. It was a white guy. He said, yeah, dude. He said, that's what takes out a lot of, he said, cause it's, what he said it was? Untamed waters. It's nature, untamed waters.
Yeah.
He said, no matter how good a swimmer you are, it's going to wear you out. It's going to keep sucking till you just give up and you're just going to go under. It's going to pull you under.
Yeah.
And they said that's probably what, because I think they found Malcom, being that he was out there by himself early in the morning, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe nobody was out there. Probably the lifeguards, if they got lifeguards, probably wasn't out there yet. And they said they found him lodged up against some the reef. He was lodged up in the reefs. I was like,
that's so sad.
Yeah, it's funny. I went. Well, it wasn't a double date, but when I first came to LA, I met this girl, and she was a singer. Well, I forgot where I met her at, but we ended up losing contact some years ago. When I first came out here, we went to. She invited me to this jazz. They had a jazz club in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was, like a jazz bar, and Malcom was there. He was playing the guitar. I think he was in a band or something at the time, and she knew him. And it was another girl that came with us that he knew her, and so he did his set, and he came down. He said, "Hey, girl," and then she introduced me to him. He was a really nice dude. I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "Oh man," I grew up on you, bro, man. He said, "Oh man, thank you, brother, thank you, man." And then he sat down.
He's always so gracious. I've met him too.
You did, yeah, you did.
Some kind of comedies or some kind of, it was either a poetry, comedy, something. Probably could have been both, but yeah, and he was always, nice, and you know how some of these celebrity be big headed, and you don't recognize.
No, he was real cool.
No, not him. He was real down to earth.
Because he heard my accent. He's like, oh, you're bro, I had an accent. Where you from? You from Atlanta? I said, oh no, I'm from Florida. I just moved out. He said, oh, okay, oh yeah, I can tell by the accent. You got kind of
okay.
yeah. And me and him sat and talked a little bit, and I talked to him about Malcolm and Eddie and stuff. And he said, you know what, man? And he said, me and Eddie didn't really get along. And, he telling me that, And I was like, I can see that. I was like, I can see that. I was like, you can't. I was like, yeah, because Eddie seems like he's edgy, and then he, a lot of street, like Eddie's kind of street, and I can see him kind of looking at him like this Theo, this Huxtable ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He said, yep, that's exactly what it was. He thought I was like this, kind of bougie black dude, and not from.
Because he was with Eddie Griffin, right?
Eddie Griffin. He said him and Eddie, when they did that show, he said maybe after about the first season they started being kind of cool. By the second season they started being kind of cool. But he's like they didn't like each other. He said it's more so him, but he said he understand. Okay. He said he understands. So I said I can kind of see that because he kind of got that street edge, and you not really like that. And a lot of cats that street edge don't like just regular brothers that ain't street.
I'm surprised he disclosed that to you.
Yeah, me and him was talking. I said, man, we was talking like during they had like intermission. I said, oh yeah, he was on Malcolm and Eddie. He's like, yeah, man. I said, how was that? That was pretty cool. He said, it was cool, but me and Eddie didn't get along at first. I said, what? And then I remember he talked about it on the interview. He said, but no, now we cool. He said, we still talk. He said, me and him now, we was on that show 5 years. He's like, he's like, we cool now, but the first season, he's like, he didn't like me, I was like, yeah, I can kind of see that,
Interesting.
And the cool part about
it's funny because Eddie Griffin has been posting, like tributes to him on his, through his page and stuff.
Yeah, but like he had told, like he had said, because I was being a fan and shit. I just got here. I like, man, you was on. You remember you was on Malcolm?
Right. Well, ain't nothing wrong with being. I don't think he was being like a super duper fan.
I just got here. Plus that was one of my favorite. Copy. And I made sure not to call him Theo. I was like, man, Malcolm. I was a big fan of Theo and all that stuff. The show, and then Malcolm and Eddie is like, man, remember you was a Malcolm? And I said, remember you was Malcolm? But no, he was so cool. At first, I was like, oh, he probably gonna be an asshole when he walked up. He said, oh yeah, I'm gonna meet him. He probably gonna be an asshole, right? I just assumed. He said, hey, brother, how you doing? I said, oh, shit, he cool,
Yeah.
Like he knew me. But I was like, so when I heard he passed away, I was like, damn. And then I saw him again at the. He was leaving the Jay-Z concert with when Jay-Z was performing at the Palladium one night. This is when I was with TMZ, and I got him coming out with who was the actress name he was dating, and they broke up. Boys in the Hood, 227. What was her name? I forgot her name.
Regina King.
Regina King. That's back when they was dating.
Okay.
I gotta find out where I got that picture. I gotta figure out if I got that picture. I might have that picture somewhere on my Facebook. I took a picture of him. But it was a lot of. I didn't say, "Hey, remember me?" It was a lot of paparazzi out there. That was when I was with TMZ. But because that was maybe been years ago after I met him that one time with that girl that I had started working with TMZ, and I got him to come out to Jay-Z concert. Him and Sean Wayans. It was Sean Wayans was with him.
Okay.
Yeah. He was with a girl, and it might be like on a double date, but yeah, I was like, damn, that's sad.
Oh no, my gosh.
And did you know, have you heard about Ice Cube mom passed away in February?
I didn't hear that.
Ice Cube was very private.
No, I didn't hear that his mom passed.
Oh, because people were saying on the internet they believe she died in February because somebody gave Ice Cube was in Detroit with the Big Three, and a fan drew really nice pictures of him and his mom together.
Okay.
And you could tell Cube was kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Kind of shaking up by it.
Yeah, like, but he, I'm like, then people were saying, Ice Cube mom passed in February. I'm like, I was looking it up.
I didn't hear that.
But you know what? It might be true. You know why? Ice Cube's been traveling a lot with his dad, but not his mom. His mom don't be, but his dad been traveling with him a lot. since the beginning of the year. Matter of fact, I know Jake had my friend Jake, who still worked for Tim's. He got him at the airport, and his dad was with him. And that was like maybe in March or April. So I'm thinking maybe Ice Cube was like, hey, you know, I can't have my dad sitting around the house, you know.
Okay.
Because he's been traveling with his dad. His dad used to then travel with him. But matter of fact, when he did this, was his mom at the Star? When he got that Star? Oh no,
I'm not sure.
He got because that was recently.
I can't even remember.
Yeah.
I know Sir Jinx was there.
Well, not the Star. He got the you say Sir Jinx. That's Kim X. Kim used to mess around with Sir Jinx. Kim was a groupie.
I was not a groupie.
No, he got the foot. That might have been last year then. When did Cube get the cement print? He got the cement print at the Chinese.
Okay, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, that was recently. But I wonder was the mom there? I don't know. But yeah, some people were saying that, I thought maybe you would know, but I had Googled it and people were saying yes, she did pass away. Some people said no, she didn't pass away. So I don't know. But when that guy gave him them pictures, them hand painted pictures of him and his mom, he looked kind of shaken up. So I don't. You know, Ice Cube is very private when it comes to his family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just sad, man. That's what you gotta be careful in that ocean, man.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Anyway, what you about to do? You about to go in the house?
Yeah, I came up to Ramona's, so I'm gonna go to Ramona's and give me some.
The one on Crenshaw?
No, the one right here on Western.
They got one on Western?
Yeah, this is the original one. Western and 135th.
You know, I've always seen Ramona's, and I've never tried it before. I've heard mixed opinions about it. That's probably why I haven't tried it. People say, "Oh, that's all right." Yeah.
It was better back in the day. It's kind of mediocre now.
Just like Roscoe's, everything. I watched a video about that the other day. I got to see the video. The guy was talking about the black culture leaving LA, and he was talking about Eminem soul food, and you know.
I know. Is it even the Eminem still around or no?
I don't think so. How Eminem was like the spot in the '90s. Black people, the Merck Park used to be popping in the '90s.
Eminem, I hate the Eminems. I think they still. Let me see if it's still the Eminems over there in Carson.
I remember some.